A few years ago, I was going through a bit of a rough patch where I was more sad than usual. I was overwhelmed with school. I felt just lonely in general. And I remember making an Instagram story post about just feeling overwhelmed with life. And one of my friends responded to it and said, "Hey man, are you doing all right? Like, I'm here to talk if you want." And it felt pretty good to have someone to open up to, so I did. I told this person that, things had been hard, and I didn't really know what I was doing. And just overall, I was vulnerable. I opened up to him, and I didn't dump everything on him, but I was truthful about how I was feeling. And for a little bit, it felt good. And then, after a few minutes, this person responded to that with a meme. I do not remember the exact meme, but it was in the same vein as "hang in there" or like, that's tough. Like, just a meme out of nowhere. Like, it brought the entire conversation to a halt because I didn't know how to respond. How do you respond to someone sending you a meme after you open up to them? Like, I didn't say anything. They didn't say anything else. Like, that was it. Conversation done. This person knew that I was struggling, and I was trying my best to be vulnerable, but their method of communication brought the entire conversation to a halt, and it ruined the chance of either of us reaching an authentic moment. Hi, today we're going to be talking about memes and suffering. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and thank you for joining me here. I'm probably going to title this video something having to do with Sienna Mae, so if you don't know who that is, or if you do but don't know how she factors into a topic of memes and communication, I'll get us all there. Don't just trust me, I got this. Sienna Mae and Jack Wright are two big TikTok stars that had their rise in fame together. They made pretty simple content, and whenever they appeared together, there would be a flirty element that would lead to the comments debating would they or won't they. It turns out that behind the camera, Sienna really was interested in Jack, but Jack didn't want to go past on-screen flirting. And in subsequent TikToks, you can see that their flirting gets more physical on Sienna's side, which Jack seems to shrug off. This culminates when some accusations of sexual harassment start appearing regarding Sienna, and Jack himself makes a video stating that Sienna would often sneak into his house, touch him while he was sleeping, and would ignore Jack telling her on multiple occasions no. Jack's friends and brothers all confirm Sienna's behavior, and there's even video footage of Sienna jumping on and groping an unconscious Jack. This is a pretty cut and dry example of abuse and harassment, if you ask me. Sienna is clearly in the wrong, and though she has called Jack a liar, she hasn't done anything to back that up, and her initial apology was an interpretive dance video. So maybe the claim that she's not acting mature has some merit to it. I'm really proud of Jack for coming forward about this, because I know accepting that you're the victim and putting your story out there for Sienna's fans to tear apart or other guys to make fun of you of is hard. Like, that shit sucks. It really does. But I think it's the right thing to do. So yeah, I'm proud of him. I think this story is a really important one to talk about. How victims can be of any gender, how unrequited love does not override consent, but especially how teenagers have to grow and develop, and nowadays they usually have to do that online in front of people, and in this case millions of people. But those would be the healthy conversations to have, so of course nobody's talking about that. This story has been receiving a much different treatment than I was expecting, and honestly it's a little disappointing to see. Because the entire narrative of Sienna Mae taking advantage of people has become, for some reason, a meme. For all of the elderlies in the audience who might think of a meme as a static image, it's more so a cultural communication that can include images, sounds, references, and TikTok trends. Now, I knew there would be some discourse regarding this story because it's the internet, that's to be expected, but I guess I had hoped that with a topic this serious that the discourse would be insightful. saying it out loud, of course I'm in the wrong. Like, why would I expect that? Sienna Mae when she sees someone sleeping. This was a video of a guy flinching at kissing a mannequin, and the quote tweet just says, Sienna Mae. No one calls Sienna Mae because she is slumped. This person posted a picture of their puppy after it dozed off to sleep, an objectively adorable thing. And the caption they picked was, ha ha, I hope it doesn't get groped by that TikTok girl. All of that feels so weird to me. And I don't want you to get confused. This is not in any way a defense of Sienna Mae's actions. What she did is truly awful and inexcusable, and I think she needs to log off and get help. But I don't think the right way to approach the topic of assault and harassment is to make it a joke. I just think there has to be a way to approach this that yields better results than just unfunny memes. Like really unfunny memes. This doesn't feel like progress. On TikTok, someone took an out-of-context clip of Sienna singing in her car and put text over it saying, "Sing if you lied about S.A.ing Jack." I don't get who this is for. Like, the people who would get the reference would know the answer, so why make this video to... Oh, likes. Wow, a lot of likes. Someone took a clip of Sienna addressing the situation and added, "Me when there's school."
Right now, all I want to do is go up to my room and cry and die. Literally just die. And
it's supposed to be a joke. Like, I get that. That's not going over my head. I understand that this is an attempt at comedy. But why? This topic has affected a real person's life forever. And maybe it isn't applicable to school? This person has decided to call out Sienna in a lip sync, which just sounds riveting. Let's watch.
Yeah, and the next time you call me a sex offender, make sure you put registered in front of it. You whack mother... My way, order.
I don't love throwing around the term dystopian often, but that is how this feels. Like, we are now calling out someone's predatory behavior through lip syncing. Like, how did we get here, and how do we go back? There's a trend on TikTok where the prompt is, oh, someone I like needs a chair, and then that person contorts themselves into a seat for them. It's very haha, super inspiring. So this person put a spin on that trend and doesn't do it for Sienna. Like, they got into the position and then they crawled off. All it really does is invoke Sienna's name and then uses it as a punchline. Like, I don't know. Is that good? Is it bad? I'm hoping you can tell me. I think the one that feels the most insidious to me are the ones that come from the user The Benji Show, which is just a kid who does the lip sync comedy sketch stuff that you see everywhere on TikTok. This dude is constantly making videos about Sienna Mae, using her name as a hashtag, even adding her account. And the punchline to every video, though the topic varies, is Sienna Mae is an abuser. And that's not, it doesn't really feel like a punchline to me because it's not funny. The first video he made about her now has 13 million views, which I think might be why he's made so many more. Okay, got it. It's content. It is now a trending topic to make fun of Sienna. Like, that is how you get views and likes. But by doing that, we're kind of not putting any focus on having the conversation of how bad her behavior was and how to spot it in the people around us. And I do want to acknowledge that there are more sides to this argument than the one I have, so I am going to devil's advocate my own argument here. What an ugly sentence. Oh my god. Like I said, this video has 13 million views, and maybe some of those people didn't know about this story, and this video is how they found out. You could argue that these memes are giving the story exposure and could be educating people on what's happening. And yes, I do think more people knowing about this story is a good thing. But that's step one. And step two requires a little bit more depth than what a meme can give you. Instead of the lesson being assault is bad, which is a very very low bar to hit. Like, we all should know that. These memes take the entire concept of assault and make it a joke. Whether you think that's the worst thing ever or just like a minor problem, either way, I still don't really think it should be happening. And I'm well aware that most of the users on TikTok are younger kids to teenagers who do need to learn these lessons sometime. And maybe we don't need the first person to introduce them to these topics being someone who still uses the term school thought. Like, maybe that's not educational. I'm now going to take a very sharp detour from this story to talk about Kanye West. I know, stay with me. Over the weekend, the rapper Kanye West went on Instagram and just started constantly uploading bizarre posts about his ex-wife, her new boyfriend, how God will bring his family back together, and weird semi-threats at other celebrities. But one of the most viral things he did was repost a terrible meme edit onto his page. Like, he really posted a fan-made meme about this, which people thought was hilarious. When people found out that Kanye had been finding these memes from his own fans, the internet was just flooded with people submitting their own weird edits of this story, whether it be like in a poster or just a meme, in the hopes that Kanye would repost theirs next. Like, it became like this competition to get Kanye to notice you. And that is what everyone was captivated by. And not the posts where he's threatening harm to Pete Davidson and trying to emotionally manipulate his wife into coming back to him. These are real, serious threats. And seeing how he is treating Kim is really indicative of emotional abuse and manipulation, and it's sick and gross, but everyone's talking about the Marvel poster shit. In one of these uploads, Kanye made a post of him holding a notepad to prove that these were authentic and from him. And you can bet your goddamn ass this image was memed to hell with everything else. Amazing. I am not a Kanye fan. Like, whatever positive opinion I might have had about his music is way overshadowed by his erratic behavior. But I'm also aware that he's mentally ill and he has been exploited by this industry. And what he needs is help and less encouragement. And all of these memes that people are sending in are just encouraging him. I cannot deny the humor in this story because there is an element about all of this that is funny. My brother said that if all of these people were fictional characters in a TV show and a famous celebrity was like just spamming Instagram posts about his ex-wife's new boyfriend and how he's going to get her back, like there's parts in that are funny. Like, without any context, I can see why people might view this as just like a comedic thing. But the urge to react to something solely by posting memes is kind of encouraging this distance, right? It wants you to be dispassionate about these people. And I don't think that's a good thing. There are real problems here that I think are being overlooked, and that doesn't help anyone. That doesn't sit right with me. Okay, I'm going to take another detour from the Kanye detour just for a second. We'll get back to the first original plot, I promise. But for a little bit, I want to talk about a hypothetical World War III. So today I saw a headline on Twitter that Russia and the United States would each be pulling out of Ukraine, where that whole conflict was brewing and people were saying that there would be a big global conflict. I don't think we were on the verge of World War III, but that was the narrative. And I was relieved to hear that things were de-escalating. So I did want to know more. I clicked the headline to see what people were saying. And I was looking for articles, but what I found was this horse shit. UN trying to stop war. And then a picture of a Cheeto as a door hinge. Me waiting for Russia to invade Ukraine. Okay, it's an unfunny meme. Great. UN trying to stop war. And then the Cheeto again. Like, this is the exact same joke as the first one. Russia and France meeting over Russia and Ukraine issue. What is the joke? There's an edited ping pong table? What does this mean? What does any of this actually mean? UN trying to stop war. I swear to God, these are all separate tweets. I'm losing my mind. Oh look, it's the same unfunny meme as earlier, but now he has a missile launcher edited in his hands. Why is this how we communicate now? I truly don't know how many more times I can see this Cheeto before I lose the will to live. Our reaction to things, even on a worldwide geopolitical level, is to post memes. And I'm totally aware that some people process heavy things through humor, and I myself rely on that sometimes, but I feel like there is a healthy way to do that, and relying on posting unfunny memes, I think, is doing us a disservice. The message to this video is not that we should stop making memes, because that would be crazy. Like if I tried to tell everyone to stop making memes, that's never happening. Like that would be so unhelpful. I think I just want to encourage that we are mindful of how these conversations are handled online. I think we need to pay attention to how these stories are presented to us and look through how people react and see if there's anything of value being contributed in that way. We need to be having the tough conversations around these topics because that's how we educate ourselves and others and grow. And the lazy memes are an easy way to avoid doing that. What Sienna Mae did to Jack Wright is a conversation that we need to have, and it's one that needs to be approached with respect. And these jokes that make assault and harassment into the punchline, I don't think they're being anything but detrimental. Kanye West's outbursts are being encouraged by his inner circle and the industry because he's profitable when everyone is paying attention to him. Like, it is a marketing tactic that is taking advantage of his mental illness. And if we can take steps to avoid encouraging that, I think we should. And though political news is a very hard topic to approach, I don't think recycling the same unfunny memes and clogging up timelines from articles and news sources does anything except make me want to never eat another Cheeto in my goddamn life. I am aware that the entire message of this video could be condensed into please meme responsibly, but like, I mean that. Like, that's kind of it. Joking about stuff is totally fine, but let's just be careful and make sure that our jokes don't dilute the conversations of actually touching on important things. So yeah, please meme responsibly, don't hurt other people, and be mindful online. And if you do offer to listen to someone vent about their life and you just respond with a meme, be prepared for that person to never let it go and 4 years later start a YouTube channel and then use what you did as an anecdote to further illustrate his point. And I'd do it again. Thank you all for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you have any thoughts you want to share, post them in the comments and I will do my best to read all of them. I would be nowhere without my stunning patrons who are all very tall and buff and handsome. These people like me enough to chuck some dollars at me, which really helps support the channel and buys me food to keep my body moving and talking. Thank you for supporting me and the channel, you beautiful legends. God, you're all just so cool. I wish I was you. I will see you guys back here next week for another video, but until then, I hope you have a great week. I hope everything goes your way. I hope you get to eat good food. I hope you live to be 1,000 years old. God, it's late. I'm starting to get weird. Please take care of yourselves and others. I love you lots. Goodbye.